LEGO fanatics, DJ Bricks here, back for another video, and today I have a review on a LEGO Harry Potter 2022 set. It is the Hogwarts Moment Defense Against the Dark Arts class. It comes with 257 pieces, is set number 76397. Recommended for building ages 8 and up, and retails for about $30 here in America. And this continues our the Hogwarts Moments subline of books that they introduced last year. This time focusing on, of course, the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. Pretty much focused on Goblet of Fire, where I Moody is teaching the class. Let's start deconstructing it and seeing how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. Looking at the first figure of Neville, he's got the for his wand, he's got the reddish brown type. He's got mid-legs plain in black. His torso, pretty standard. It was introduced last year for the 20th anniversary sets, but you do have it reused here. Some nice back torso printing. The head, of course, is reused from the astronomy tower set, which is pretty nice because that set is pretty rare, and that is a nice dual-sided face. Really captures Neville's character, so I appreciate the reuse here for Neville. Second up, we got Hermione. Her accessories, she does come with a wand piece in dark tan, like she always does, and I gave her the book. She doesn't actually come with this, but I wanted to show it off with her. It's the exclusive book for this dark art set. Plain black book with that opening cover. I don't like these when I wish they had like a sticker or a printed cover for these books, just to make them a little bit more like the book in the sets. But opening it up, you can see on the inside page there for the dark arts, it's something really related to the Dark Mark, which is pretty nice considering Mad Eye's true nature. And getting that out of the way, torso print, again, reused from last year's sets. It's just the closed up version. Same hairstyle from Wonder Woman in brown that they like to use for older Hermione, and then the same head from Karina Smith from the Pirate sets used here, which again, pretty nice head reuse. I don't necessarily mind it, but again, pretty standard Hermione using our existing parts. And last but certainly not least, we got a new version of I Moody in this set, which is really nice for the people who didn't get him in the collectible minifigure series. But if you did, this version is slightly changed up to make that one exclusive. For accessories, he does come with this staff piece to represent his walking stick, and then he comes with a black Baraki eye piece upside down to represent his flask that he drinks from, which is pretty nice. But he doesn't come with a wand in this set, which is pretty egregious to me, considering we see him use it for what the scene is recreating. So kind of a letdown that he didn't come with it. But getting into the printing on the torso and the legs, it is all the exact same printing from the CMF figure. It's just they changed the coloration of the printing just to keep it exclusive. So we got a different color for the jacket, the undercoat, the legs are all different colors from that CMF figure. But keeping from the CMF figure, we do get dual molded legs just to keep that trench coat he's wearing pretty nicely accurate. That is kept over as well. You got same back torso printing. You got the hair piece introduced on that figure, which is pretty nice. And then getting to the face, they did change the face a little bit just to give Moody a separate expression from the CMF. This one, he's a little bit more angry, and he's showing more of a snarl and showing more of his teeth, but all the printing just is also reminiscent of that other figure, but it is pretty nice. And then taking his hairpiece off, they did still keep the Barty Crouch face from the CMF series, and again, there's no change from that face. I was hoping for something a little different, but Lego certainly nailed it the first time around, so I can understand them not changing it. Why fix what isn't broken? He also does come with a short Williams hairpiece in reddish brown, so you can do that transformation there, so that is pretty cool. But again, this Moody figure is really great for those that missed out on the collectible minifigure version. So taking a look at the main build of the set here, it's pretty much outwards built the same as the previous Hogwarts Moments book sets from last year. It's just as you can see in an all black color with some of that yellow highlights for the corner covers and the binding, and it's also in black, as you can see, for defense against the dark arts, and you get this nice print on the front with that gold printing showing the Hogwarts crest, and then some elements showing that it is defense against the dark arts with some spiders and the dark mark and werewolves and cross wands, I'm assuming for dueling, shield 2, which is nice. On the binding, you got the same build. You do have a stickered element right there, showing again those crossed wands for dueling for defense against dark arts. And then on the back, of course, same build as the previous Hogwarts Moments, with these two builds, Sub Assemblies for connecting to the other books in the line if you have them and want to display them like that. On top here we have of course the multi-jumper part, which is consistent with other builds, and consistent with other builds. Here is the ugliest part of these Hogwarts Moments for me. I like the book aesthetic. I just wish that right here, instead of seeing all these colors that make up the sub assemblies within the book, this just looked like book pages or something. I actually prefer that with the Disney princess books, where they actually have a specialized molded piece to make it look like all one book, but with this one, that just doesn't. I get that it is there to be the sub assemblies, but it just does not look good from this angle. And then opening it up, it opens up pretty wide, and you can take this part off, and and then you just take all these various sub assemblies out, and they all pretty much come out easily. You get a spider here. The spider really doesn't go in all that nice when you collapse it, but you get a nice little table and some stools attached underneath it, kind of like the Transfiguration class, and then you pretty much just fold a couple elements out. So we're going to focus on the mini sub-assemblies first before I go into the actual what's against the book. So pretty much, again, with sub-assemblies, you get this table for students to be at. You got a couple anti-studs to attach things to, and then you get a couple stools made up of a few basic pieces with that one piece with two studs on one side, just to make it for easy removal on the figure. You get this teaching table for Moody to stand behind, which comes with a bottle of some kind with a nice assembly of using that stamp piece upside down. We saw that a few times before. And then you get a black spider here on a jumper, a round jumper, for the lesson on the unforgivable curses, which is what this set is mainly based on. You got a nice kind of upside down assembly for that table too, which uses the ice cream cones in a dark orange color, which is pretty nice. Then you get another sub-assembly, which is built upside down as well. You build it like this, and then you turn it right side up. It's pretty much the chalkboard that Moody writes on. So you got a sticker here showing his name and 3 unforgivable, and then the numbers. That is actually accurate to the movie, surprisingly. He just writes it down, the numbers, and then just doesn't follow through on writing them down for the rest of the lesson. So that is a cool little detail. And then the best mini detail is this chest here, which is Moody's chest. It is molded in a gunmetal gray color, which is new for that part. And then you got this relatively new lid piece with the 2 jumpers on top. That is also new. It is new and exclusive in that color for this set. But opening it up, inside, you got a mini statuette nano figure piece representing Mad-Eye Moody trapped in the chest there. So that is a really cool detail that they didn't need to include, but I am glad they did. It is pretty cool that they did include that detail. So you get a nano figure of Moody, the real Moody, trapped in his chest. So that is pretty cool. But getting into the main build of the set, of course, on the back interior panels of the set, you get big stickers that are hard to place. On this side, they're pretty easy and visible. And then you got a big sticker that goes back there, covers the whole square, but you only really see that part that is lined up. And then all over these assemblies, you just have various details. Anything you see that looks like a detail are stickers. So you got all the stickers right there. You got a nice little fireplace design there, nice little sub-assembly with a bone there. And then you just have a bunch of just random builds throughout the set here, with the goblets and some of the faux glass and the various knickknacks of detecting that fake Moody has around his office and his classroom. You have some potions built at the bottom down there. Again, you have a nice fireplace, nice bone, a bunch of stickers on this side. Other side, you have a nice portrait, some more stickers, and this little nook right here is actually where the exclusive book that I showed you with Hermione, that's where that nestles in, and it's pretty snug. It does fall out if you are kind of tilting this all over the place, but it does work out pretty well. You got a nice sub assembly for a window up here at the top, but this does relatively, as I showed you, it does fold up pretty nicely. Put the stools underneath the table, that goes down and pretty much connects. You put the chest on top of there. The spider you do have to remove to get the table up on top here, but that does fit. Then you have to flip it around, so because the spider doesn't really fit, so you can just toss it in there. Then you put that there, close it up nicely for play. And then you can set the figures on top of the jumpers if you want. But that does it for looking at the main build of the set. Here's the extra pieces for the set. Pretty standard selection of studs and plates. A few extra pieces of importance like the bone, the gem, a couple extra wands that aren't used. Standard for any Harry Potter set, but you do also get an extra piece of this awesome Mad-Eye imprisoned Mad-Eye Moody nano fig, so that is pretty sweet. So taking a quick breeze through the instructions, it's one booklet, magazine stapled side, so it pretty is easy to open and flip through. You do have Hermione down there sporting the progress bar for this set, which is pretty nice. It does take 83 pages worth of building. And at the back here we do have a cross cell, one for all the March release spring sets there, and then a cross cell for just showing that the clock tower from this wave can also be included in that modular style that they introduced last year. And then you got the parts inventory went on the back thing. So taking a look at the box, we got that standard size that was introduced last year with these Hogwarts Moments sets. You got a nice prog shot of the actual book, some of the stuff leaking out of it. Minifigures at the bottom, a little thing showing the set fully opened up. Top of the box, we have Mad-Eye sporting the actual size reference, and then we get a cross cell for all the currently available Hogwarts Moments sets. Side you get a little shot of the minifigures, and then we have to flip the box on its side just to see the back of the box, and they show some of the play features of the set, as well as the main one of you can reverse Moody's head for Barry Crouch. So going into my final thoughts for the set, build wise, it's pretty standard compared to the other Hogwarts Moments sets. The build inside, nice and compact, can fold up nicely, very designed well for the class it's teaching. Very it does reflect the dark arts classroom when the fake Mad-Eye Moody was teaching, so it does have all that going for it. The only real critique I have is similar to the other ones. It's just the outside, just on the where the pages should be, all that mismatch of colors of the interior builds parts just not being cohesive and making a whole build, and that just does not look good. The build only looks good from the outside when you have it, the spine facing you. It doesn't look, or the front cover, it doesn't look good from the side there. But that is all pretty good. Going over the figures, all three are very nicely done. They're all expected for what the Moments is recreating. It's recreating where Moody is showing off the unforgivable curses, and Neville and Hermione are pretty involved in that, especially the Cruciatus curse. So they're all nicely done. Moody, a good chance to get him again. They only really changed up, again, like I showed in the figures, they changed up the coloration of the figure. Printing's pretty much the same. With the CMF series, they did give him a nice new alternate expression compared to that CMF figure, so I think that was a pretty nice variation to give. If you had that figure, you have another expression to give Moody. And the alternate face of Barty Crouch is pretty nice too. Again, it's just reuse from the previous figure, but it was executed pretty well the first time, so if it's not broken, don't fix it, in my opinion. Going into the quality, here's where we run into some significant issues. Of all the torsos of my Neville and Hermione, the white collars of their uniforms, Hermione's pretty good. It's Neville's, who is not that well opaque, and the more significant issue with the set name, they actually misspelled the word defense. It's supposed to be F-E-N-S-E, not, they spelled it like fence. It took me a quick double look to notice that on the box, so that is a pretty egregious thing in my eyes, that somebody didn't use spell check typing in the set there. So pretty significant quality control there. And price, $30 for this. That is pretty on course for the rest of the Hogwarts Moments sets. It's very well worth the value. You got nice selection of figures, an exclusive version of Moody, exclusive versions of all the figures, honestly. You get this nice book that opens up into a little mini playset, Polly Pocket style, that you can reenact some teachings in Defense Against the Dark Arts. So it's pretty good. It also is really worth the pickup for the collector who wants all these books together. They all look really great together. They all have this cohesive theme to them. So with all that considered, set does get a 7.5 out of 10 for me. Again, highly worth the pickup if you're a Harry Potter fan. If you like this line, this is a really good addition to the Hogwarts Moments sub-theme, and I highly recommend it. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I look forward to your comments in the comment section below. I always look forward to having a discourse with you guys, and that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that jazz, so the algorithm is fed and my channel can grow. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, brick on.